Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie, and I am coming to you live this afternoon from my craft studio in Bancroft, Ontario, Canada. So I have come back to the cottage, which is really nice. It's not a stellar day today. It's been kind of rainy off and on all day, and it's not nearly as warm as it has been earlier this week. And I was hoping to get in on some of the nice hot weather, but I did come up yesterday and I did get to go for a swim in the lake. Finally, my first swim in the lake this season. I can't believe it's so late. June 25th yesterday. And it was the first time I was in the water, so that's really, really late. But anyway, I am here, and I hope that you are here. And if you are watching me, do say hello. I am just my this thing keeps keeps beeping at me, and I'm not really sure why, but it says my device isn't recognized, but I don't really care. I'm not really doing anything with it. I just have it plugged in to have power going. So anyway, I will uh I will continue. And this is okay, so I think this is where I am. Craft spot. It's always an adventure of some sort, isn't it? And today is going to be an adventure again, because I'm playing with something brand new. And I did actually make a card in advance, and then I decided I'd try something different for Craft Spot. So, all of a sudden it's a new adventure again, but that's half the fun. So, but before we get to that, news, what is going on? Um, Online global retreat, July, I want to say 25, 26. Oh my goodness, I should know these dates. Good grief. Oh, but let me just double check so I don't mess you up. Because there's so much going on in July. Yes, July 25th and 26th. Um, Online global retreat. So there are four demonstrators. Uh, Louise from the UK, Terry from the United States, Sarah from Australia, myself from Canada. And we are bringing you our eighth online retreat. So this is very exciting. We keep going. They get better and better, and everybody gives us their suggestions and their ideas, and we've incorporated a lot of them. So we always appreciate everyone's feedback. But anyway, that is coming up. If you want in on that, and if you want the full kit, early bird registration ends tomorrow, Friday. So make sure you get in on the early bird. It'll save you $10 on the registration, and you'll get the goodie box right to your door, filled with everything you need for all eight make and takes, some gifts, chance at door prizes, um, the whole nine yards. So make sure you get yourself registered for that. And that is, you can find it on my website at greatstampingwithconnie.com or on my social media. Just search for online retreat or reach out to me, and I will make sure I get the registration form to you. All right. That is that. Also in July, the 16th to the 18th, Stampin' Up! Is hosting a scrapbooking retreat. This is another virtual event. It is hosted by Stampin' Up! And it's 3 days of scrapbooking, tips, tricks, how-tos, um, and 12 double page layouts. It's a month by month scrapbooking retreat, and it covers one whole year. The kit for that is $340. And if you are a demonstrator, you will, of course, get your demonstrator commission on that, or discount, depending how you like to look at it. Um, and then everybody, whether you are a demonstrator or not, will earn Stampin' Rewards on that. So you get $34 in Stampin' Rewards that you can use for a future purchase, for anything you like. So that's pretty exciting all by itself. But this kit is filled with everything you need to make 12, well, not everything. It doesn't have ink and it doesn't have adhesives, but all the paper, all cut and prepped and packaged and ready. The 12 by 12 sheets, the page protectors. You get two double stamp sets with this. It's like four stamp sets. So lots and lots and lots of goodies. I did go through all of them recently, and I will try and do another post about that. So if you want in on that kit, it is available while supplies last, and when it's gone, it's gone. So everything is recorded for both of these events. So if the times don't look like something that you're available for, don't worry. If you want to join, go ahead and join. And you can always watch the replays. And if you are interested in gathering virtually or in person for either of those events, reach out to me because I am hosting various events for those. So if you are registered and you are interested in that, make sure you let me know. Okay, now, shall we head down to the crafting area? Finally, there we go. Okay, so today, as I mentioned, I am playing with a new to me bundle. And that bundle, which is, I took the stamps out of the case and now the stamps are stuck to the case. Anyway, there we go. Okay, I just squished a bug and it's left gook on my finger. Let me just wipe that off because I don't want that getting on. I don't know what kind of bug that was, but he's was orange on the inside. Okay, interesting. Just a little teeny bug. Welcome to the cottage. All right, Scenic Adventure. This this is a fabulous bundle, and I had looked at it a number of times and I hadn't ordered it, and I just finally decided that it was time a couple weeks ago. And so I ordered it. So it just came this week. I have not played with it yet. This is its maiden voyage, shall we say. But look at this stamp set. Um, you've got some trees, you've got some water, you've got some clouds, mountains, could be all sorts of things. If you turn it this way, it could be other things, waterish, waves. Anyway, lots of flexibility there. Some flowers. Did I say flowers? Not sure. But here is one of my favorite things. Look at this. You're amazing. Can't wait to see you again. Let the, and then we have begin. We've got journey, adventure. Cheers to another adventure. Just breathe and take it slow. I love this, and I love that you can build this sentiment however you like. And some of these, this is actually, it probably does say on here. I will not be able to read the numbers probably. 80%. So the images are shown at 80%. So just, I'm not sure if you'll be able, well, I could do this, couldn't I? Can you tell? Can you see? Hmm, not the easiest thing to see, but I've laid the You're Amazing over top, and it goes, so it goes right to the very edge of the stamp case and it goes over to the beginning of the O in Journey. So it's that big instead of that big. Well, that gives you a little bit of an idea. But all of these are larger than what you see. Here's that orange. I don't know what that bug was, but he is weird. And he was really tiny too. Anyway, I hope that gives you an idea about those sentiments because they are wonderful. So, as I mentioned, oh, the dies. I should give you a little peek at the dies, shouldn't I? So these, I have not mounted these on a magnet, but hopefully you'll be able to see them against the white. So we have some tree outlines. We have some trees. Whoops, those trees. We have mountains. So this would cut little grooves to add texture to mountains. We have stars in the sky and a little moon that cuts out some flowers. We have some logs and a campfire. Isn't that cool? Oh, and there's one not on here that I have used. Where did I leave it? Is it over, probably over at the cut and emboss machine? It is some textured lines for water. So I don't have that one here, but you will see it in action when I start on my card. So fabulous die set. Oh, Terry, hello. Look at that. I'm so excited about this new bundle and I'm not even paying attention to who's here. Oh, you're leaving. Okay. Bugs and summer go together. Yes, they do. So you know, that's how it is. Anyway, you're probably gone because I'm just noticing now, but I will catch up with you later and hopefully you will catch up with the rest of this. Okay, so here is the card that I have made. Cheers to another adventure. And this oval, if you're wondering, because we don't have a lot of ovals in punches or dies or whatever, but that oval is the larger one from the framed scenes die set, which uh, coordinates with the nope, not the beautiful gallery. What was this? I'm not honestly sure what this was with, but I guess it's with the framed scenes. It's probably the name of it. Anyway, uh, that's where I got the oval from. So there's the oval. And then I've used Mossy Meadow and Old Olive to stamp the three different trees that are in the stamp set. And this is that one grass kind of die cut that I mentioned. So fabulous card at can't remember now whether it was the paper pumpkin party or card class last night. I think it was our paper pumpkin party. Someone was saying, I always need more masculine cards. So look at that. The perfect masculine card, isn't it? So one idea. For the second card, as I said, I did that first one and it's like, well, I don't want to make the exact same card again. I will change it up. So I'm being brave and bold. I don't know whether I wanted lemon lolly or thick basic white for my card base. So I have pulled out both. Those are just standard card bases. And I've done the exact same layout as I have on this one. So then I have a piece of Balmy Blue, and this is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. I have a piece of Lemon Lily. This is 5 by 3 3/4, and a piece of Basic White that is 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, I think. Yes, 3 1/4. Okay, so that is that. And then so this is just a piece of balmy blue. It's a scrap. It's 2 inches tall right now, but I'm gonna tear it a little bit. But these are the can you see those? Does that show up? Let me just put my hand behind here. Hopefully it will focus on this. There, you can see how it's die cut lines, so texture. So I've done this a number of times on here just to add texture throughout that. I don't honestly know that it's meant to be water, but it's going to be water for me. And then I did another one of these grass die cuts with just a narrow border here because I'm just going to tuck it under this. Okay. And then I have used both ovals for my sentiment and frame this time because I'm going to have a little smaller sentiment, so I didn't need the large oval. So here's my thought. And here's where things get interesting because yeah, I haven't made this yet. And so, this is where we go on the adventure. I was thinking that I would just tear this cardstock. Well, I guess it's going to tear right about there because that's where it tore. Um, just to look a little bit like waves or water, or which isn't, it's not totally straight and square. So we'll see. Like, and by the way, I don't really have a backup plan B for this, so somehow we need to make this work. my thought is that we will put this onto the the water, the grassy bit. We'll make it work. So this one needs to come down a bit, I think. So maybe we need to go down here. See, this is longer than I need it, which is good because by the time I'm happy with the tearing, it might be just big enough. This is now too tall, so I'm going to take some off of here. So it should be right, I think down near the edge, right? That uh, might kind of work, eh? Do you think? Life is an adventure, isn't it? Card making's an adventure. Now, I don't think I want all of this because that's quite tall. That's a lot of water. So I think I'm going to come about there. Is it going to look like water? I guess we're going to see, aren't we? So this is, if I just slide this over to the edge of my paper, this is about 1 inch from the bottom. So, hi, Kathy. Oh, you don't have the bun. You know what? I looked at it for a long, long time. I like the fact that it's turning out to be kind of fun for card making, and it is also going to be awesome for scrapbooking. So that was kind of what put me over the top on my decision. It's like, okay, this is pretty versatile. So um, that's why I went with it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit of liquid glue onto there, and I'm going to come in right about here. I'm about 1 inch up, and this can go above. Is that going to be too high? Is that too much water? It could go down a smidge, maybe. Let's go down a smidge. Just kind of like a beanie bit. I'm actually going to come down maybe a whole. Oh, can't go down quite that far. Not quite 1/4 inch because I have a little bit of paper destruction, shall we say. It wasn't badly destroyed, but it was just a little bit damaged there. So we have a little bit of glue out here, but we can get that off. Somewhere I have an adhesive remover. Somewhere in the scrap chaos or the craft chaos. There we go. Okay. So, hello, Pat. Thanks for stopping by. So now, because this is wider than this, I am going to put my adhesive on here. And I know that I can go to the bottom of this and just a tiny bit in there it'll catch it enough. Because if this is loose at the top, that's okay. And I'm just going to come in here. So just kind of down onto that. Give that a press, turn it over, and then can see what I'm doing. And then I will come in, and you can just use your paper snips to cut this, or I'm going to bring in the guillotine because it's faster and it's straighter. Cutting straight lines is not necessarily my strength. Okay, so that kind of does look like a little bit of a river's edge-ish. There maybe should have been some brown, but there's grass right at the edge of the water. It's my story, and I am going to stick with that. Now, what I should have done is stamp some trees. Hey, can this wasn't glued on the top part, but then I moved it. So so perhaps we're going to put the trees over on this side. And can we? No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to grab a piece of paper. So this is just, oh, this is Post-it note that is perhaps still a tiny bit sticky. Let's trim that sticky off of there. And then this is just a scrap piece of paper that I can put here so that my tree trunks can go right down to the bottom. Uh, oops, let's not put the block and the ink upside down. Yes. Uh, the trunk can come right down to the grass. I should have, on this card, what I did was I sort of looked at where I was going to put this and then I stamped and then I glued that over top. But, you know, when you're live, sometimes you don't get the order of operation quite right, like now. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to stamp this and then I'm going to stamp again so that I have second generation and I have some different colored trees. And then I think I'm going to come in, I'm just going to give the lightest stamp off and I'm going to do one more there, a little bit bush-like as opposed to tree because he doesn't really have a trunk. That's okay. And do I want a few more in here. What else do I want in here? Maybe we'll just pause here for a moment and I'll stamp my sentiment because this is really cool too. But then I can kind of play around with where I want the sentiment, maybe figure out where I want trees or if I want more trees. Okay, so for this one, I wanted to stamp Let the Journey Begin. So I stamped Let the and Begin first, and then I put Journey in second. I'm going to suggest that you do Journey first. For me, when I was looking at Journey, I was trying to fit it in between the Let and Begin, and I wasn't really focusing on Journey. And it's a little bit crooked. It's not bad, but it is a little bit crooked. So I was thinking if I stamp Journey first, I can do the Let the and Begin around it, and hopefully it will allow my eyes to focus and make it straight because there's not as much to think about. Because the other thing that could go sideways is getting this sort of centric because the Y goes along there and the J goes long down at the bottom here. So, okay, so that is straighter than my last one. So that's a good thing. Now here is the coolest thing. This, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see it. Can you see here? Let me try to. So it says let the and begin, and it's all one stamp. And at first I thought, oh, well, that's not going to work well because I want to put journey in between, and that's not enough space, and blah, 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 blah. And of course, have faith in all the really smart people at Stampin' Up. It's totally enough space. In fact, it's lovely spacing. So now if I can just do this, right, do it. I don't think I want it centered. I'm going to go over to this side a little bit. Look at that. Is that not just the coolest? I love it. I love it. I love how they've done that. You can cut your stamps, especially well, either of them really, the photopolymer. If you're going to cut them with a bit of a zigzag or a bit of a funny pattern so that if you want to put it back on the block as one, you can see very easily how it fits together. But you don't even need to do that with this one. And now the only question is, should I have put it in the middle? Okay, so we're going to turn this over and we're going to stamp it in the middle on the back or towards the middle and see what we think. because I'm wondering if that would not look better. Inquiring minds are wondering. So let's just do this and check it out. And I could always go back to the the one that I started with just to test it all out to see if it was going to work. See, I did do one extra thing for this card before I went live. A lot of this is, fly by the seat of my pants here, but I did check this out. Oops. I just need more ink on the end there. And we are going to aim for the Jouney. We're aiming for the center. I think I like it better in the middle. It's not it's not small enough or journey's not quite long enough to really look like it's off to an edge. So we'll go with in the middle. That looks a little bit off. So I'm gonna go with the middle one. Okay, and I will adhere this as soon as I find what I did with my tape runner. I have not used it yet on this card, so it should be handy. I got it out. I know I got it out. And I put it somewhere safe. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Where did I put it? Didn't I get it out? Yes, it's not in my adhesive bucket. Oh, duh. I put it right at the top there so I could see it. Some days, eh? What can I say? I'm just going to put this right in the center of this. Okay, and then, now this is going to get mounted on a couple of layers, but we can just set it onto this one. So we try to decide. So I could do this. I could do some more trees on this side. Then we get into the center thing again, right? But maybe there. You know what else I was going to do? Oh my goodness. Okay, here goes. Here's the let's be brave on this stuff. I was going to use my Bonnie Blue ink and just add a little more texture with my blending brush. So even more texture going on than just the die cutting. It's quite light. I'm not sure you can see that on camera, but there is a little bit of shading going on here. I don't want to do too much all at once, so I'm trying to just layer in the color because I have been known perhaps to have a little bit of a heavy hand with some of that stuff. So I think I'm going to stop there. There is a little bit of shading going on. Don't know. Oh, there you can see. Look at that. You can see that there is some shading on there. So, okay. And then I think I am going to come over to this side and we will put some trees over here as well. Start here, go up tall and down ever so slightly. Oh, I wiggled and I wobbled and I saw it coming and I panicked and I pulled this up before I put this down, right? Okay, so I think he's going to be okay. But you know what? I am just going to, oh, you know what I was going to do in here? I was going to put in some flowers. We will do some flowers. We're going to do them in old olive, but I think I'm gonna. Okay, it's gonna be a little miracle if this card turns out. I'm gonna put this right here. I do love this set. This is quite fun. But wow. Order of operation is now I've lost my sentiment, so I can't even see if it's going to cover my mess or if I need to start over. Hmm, that's crazy. I just had it. It is not on the floor, which is, always the usual suspect of where stuff is gone. But isn't that okay? Put my stamps up the top. I'm putting the other card up the top. It's not. Oh, there we go. Hey, look. Okay, we're gonna be all right. We can salvage it. Right. Oh, okay. Close the ink before you make any further mess. See, I did warn you. If you read the description, uh, and I'm not even positive it shows up, but in the description for my Facebook Live today, I did warn everyone that I'm playing with something new and it's bound to be an adventure. And here we are. A couple of old olive stamp and white markers, not entirely certain whether they're both still active and busy or whether one is kind of dry. I'm just extending some of these little bits down to the ground there because it didn't quite come to the ground. Okay, yeah. And then we are going to, this is Lemon Lolly, stamp and write marker, and I'm just adding some color to the flowers. Next thing will be, am I on the screen? Yes, I am on the screen. Right. There's a leaf there that's filled in. I don't know that I want them filled in because maybe I do. Yeah, that works okay. Phew. It's if that didn't work out well, I don't know what I would have done. Okay, I think we are ready for the final assembly to cover up the mess. For the what did they say? The opportunity. Yes, there are no mistakes, there's only opportunities. That was a pretty big opportunity though. It might have not ended well, but thankfully it was where the sentiment needs to go, and it's up high. If it come down any further, it could have been a bigger problem. But hey. No, I'll use tape brown on that one, but I'm going to use liquid adhesive on this next layer because it's a very narrow border, and that will just give me that moment to slide it around if I if I don't get it straight. Like, what are the chances, right? Have you seen my afternoon? Okay. It's right on to there. Turn it over. I always like to turn it over because if you do this on the top, you are more likely, not guaranteed, but more likely to move this piece. You have that little wiggle room time And that's what we want, but while you press, you could also wiggle. So then my thought was to put it onto a lemon lolly card base. But then I thought, that's a lot of lemon lolly out there. And I was wondering if it might look better on basic white. I kind of think so, eh? The first card, this card is basic white, and I like that. Oh, look, there seems to be a little bit of ink up there. So you know what? I'm gonna try and move this gem. I did not see that when I was putting it down, but look, it's gone. We love gems. Okay, I'm gonna go with the thick basic white card base again. Oh, good grief. Where did that come from? It's not even a color I'm using, but that's okay. We can cover it. This is also not cut entirely straight, but we can fix that too. And give this guy a little bit of a chop. Don't fix him up. I'll fix you. Hopefully that doesn't show over the top. No, I think we'll be okay. It's one of those days. Oh, good. Kathy says white. Okay, then definitely white because Kathy, I know you have a great eye for that sort of thing. So perfect. I'm just excited because the comment came in before the video had ended, or I could see it. I mean, I know they come in before that, but it's can't always see them. But everything technology-wise, seems to be cooperating today, other than the funny noise that the tablet was making, beeping in and beeping out. But that didn't really matter. Everything stayed connected, so I'm good with it. Okay, put that guy right down on there. And then I am going to uh, attach this with dimensionals. And I'm down to the scraps here. So I'll just cut the edges a little bit. I don't need that many. Few on there. Kind of like that, kind of sort of. Good enough. And then this just, ooh, I need to see. I am going to cover my flowers a teeny tiny bit. Need it to be just a little bit lower. I think it'll be okay. Straight. Oh, okay. There we go. I think that's okay. Just a smidge, but it's not, so it will be okay. And then of course we need some gems. Oh, what about these? I used these in my card class last night. The holographic resin dots, and everybody was going nuts for them. Just like, can you see all the, oh no, that doesn't really show very well on camera, does it? But when you put it down, it picks up the yellow, it picks up the blue, it picks up the green. These are awesome. Holographic gems. Very fun. Okay, so what am I going to do? The middle size, put it there. Then grab one of the little guys and put it down there. And let's get in there. Or should I go with another one of the mediums? Whoop! Flicking my gems around. Put it over here. Maybe up there. Up here. Over here. So many decisions. Maybe over here. Just kind of random in the middle of everywhere. There we go. Okay. So that was a bit of an adventure, wasn't it? But look, it all came out okay in the end, didn't it? I kind of like how this water turned out. I think it works okay, and something a little different. So that's the Scenic Adventure bundle. Check it out. Like I said, it's an adventure to play with, but it's a fun adventure and great for cards, but great for scrapbooking as well, because you've got those sentiments that are a little larger. And I didn't do the die cuts today, but there are trees that cut out, right? So you've got trees that you could cut out to add to scrapbook pages. This is like a whole row of treetops that you could put onto something. So lots and lots of flexibility and room for great creativity and everything else there. So there we go. Alrighty. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you like the cards. I hope you've seen a side of this bundle that piques your interest. Mountain peak, tree peak. Anyway, thanks again for being here. I always love crafting with you, and I look forward to doing it again really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.